What's happening? This is Mike Williams, and this is Breakthrough Kings. I help men break through their personal barriers, find passion, discover purpose, all while leveraging the internet to create financial independence. Today is Transformation Thursday. We're here every Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mondays, we do Make It Count Mondays. Tuesday, we do Super Tuesdays, where we talk about various different topics of media, politics, so forth and so on. Wednesday, we do Wealth Building Wednesdays, when we talk strictly about wealth building, right? And Transformation Thursdays, we try to find a fitness specialist or someone in the health and wellness industry to come share their story, give us some tips and tricks, and just have a really good quality conversation. And Friday starts Weekend Warriors, when we simply talk about everything that's going to happen throughout the weekend, because we get it done even on the weekend. So I appreciate everybody for joining in. We're doing two different things tonight. I'm testing out Instagram as well to see how we get some, see if we can get some momentum on Instagram by utilizing the interviews on both platforms. So you might see me look back and forth a little bit tonight, but most importantly, just simply enjoy the conversation tonight. I have Mr. Christopher Coleman, the author of The 180 Effect. He's going to come through. We're going to talk about some stuff that's in the book. He's going to give us some really good quality gems on how to build a successful life. He's done a lot. He's been through a lot, and I'm beyond excited to bring him on tonight because I've also heard him on our Wednesday ciphers, and he's one of the panelists, and he always brings really good quality information. So I know tonight's going to be no different. All right, let me open it up here real quick.
Tonight because
What's going on, Chris?
On our Wednesday.
Boom.
Hey, can you hear me?
Instagram be doing it. Yes, sir. I think I just sent you the IG invite too, so we can get those going and out of our hair.
Yeah, I see that.
Awesome. So overall, though, man, how's the day going?
Going good. So been getting a lot done today. What's going on with you?
You know what? The IG might give us some feedback, brother. We might have to 22 that, unless we can get the volume all the way down.
Yeah, I turned the volume on mine all the way down.
Okay. Nah, I can't do that. It's all good. We just gonna rock out on Facebook. I can't do that because this conversation's got to be drilled in for sure. Yeah. Man, we appreciate you taking time out of your extremely busy day to come talk with us on the Breakthrough Kings, man. Phenomenal read. I'm still getting through the book, but there's some really good nuggets in here. So what encouraged you to write the book, right?
Yeah, I've always wanted to be a writer. I grew up, that's my medium. Growing up, even had the age, at a young age, even wanted to be a rapper. I've just always writing in my notebook and writing poems. So that's just been me. I consider myself an introvert. But my vision and my mission forces me to be an extrovert. So being an introvert, I've just always been a writer. So but as you saw in the book, I'm sure once I started in entrepreneurship, built the business, had some social proof, some evidence of success, I just felt like, hey, somebody got to hear this story. I know it can help people. I noticed some of my mentors, like Jim Rohn, Eric Thomas, Grant Cardone. Also, they wrote books. I'm like, hey, if these cats can write books, I can write one too. So that's really where.
I hear that. Those are some of my favorites too, though. So you said growing up. Tell us a little bit about where you're from, and give us that experience of growing up down in Alabama.
Yeah, born and raised here in Mobile, Alabama. 90s baby. November 16th, 1990. It's my birthday, and growing up here, it's grew up in a single parent household. My mom, dad. They got divorced when I was 2, so growing up here in a house full of women. So it's my mom, my older sister, my younger sister, and then a family full of women. My my grandma, she had nine babies, so it was seven older. My mom had seven older brothers and an auntie, so and she was a baby. So since there was a lot of boys in that generation, and the next generation is full of girls, so all kind of aunties, second cousins, just a bunch of women.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up in a house and family full of women. So I definitely got an extreme, adoration for women and respect for
Mm-hmm.
women. But growing up that way, I was a man of the house.
Yeah.
So didn't really have a childhood. Then growing up here, really growing up in the hood.
Yeah.
Just all about walking on eggshells. Gotta see things. Gotta be aware of your surroundings. Then and can't really go out like I want to, 'cause I got to be at home to protect the women. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how I grew up, and grew up Catholic, still Catholic, but grew up heavy in the church. Growing up was an altar boy, so all about its responsibilities, obligations, like that. That was my childhood growing up for real. So and being an athlete too. That was like my only escape, playing sports. So
Nice. Which sport?
I played all of them, man. I played baseball, track,
Mm-hmm.
football. Uh, Football was the main one. I played that since I was 4, and I was on like we had a dynasty growing up, just winning championships every year. Football, played with a couple guys that's in the NFL now. Jacosti, part with the San Francisco 49ers. Grew up with him. But since I'm short, but I love basketball. So once I got into high school, I played AAU. I was a starting point guard for 7A high school here in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
So I love basketball. So but I was short, so I didn't make it that far.
Yeah, I hear that. So you didn't have a relationship with your dad. Well, I won't say not have a relationship because I'm not 100% sure. But with you being an athlete and him not, because they got divorced, but was he not around, or did you have a relationship with your father?
Yeah, we didn't have a relationship really till later on in life. He was around
Mm-hmm.
growing up, but it was kind of like that typical, just they come see me every now and then, say I'm gonna pick you up, then he never come, and then when he does come, we just go to the movies or go somewhere and then bring me back to the house. But as I got older, and then of course with sports, so showing up more for games, and then there. I'm gonna come on my own, man. I kind of want to be away from the house. And
Yeah.
here in Mobile, really South Alabama is 2 counties. It's Mobile County and Baldwin County.
Mm-hmm.
And his side of the family, my dad's side of the family is from Baldwin County. So that's where his mom, my grandma lives. So I'll be over there a lot at her house, and he'll be there. So later on in life, we kind of had that, relationship and really kind of friendship. And unfortunately now there's no communication, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's how it was. Just later on in life, he came around, but kind of growing up, he was really absent. That's why I'm glad I had sports. I had some great father figures, coaches and people like that showed me, how to be a man, how to talk, how to maneuver and and operate around men. And so
Yeah.
I'm glad I had that too.
Okay. Now, for there's a lot of young guys, a lot of older guys, don't have that relationship as well.
Hmm.
Um, what advice would you give them on how to overcome not having that relationship with their father?
You know, one thing I always say is that kids are borrowed people anyway. So like once someone has a kid, that they're theirs really only for 18 years, and
Yeah.
after that they're their own man, they're their own person.
Yeah.
Like really, and even in the good word, you really like when you have a spouse, when you have a partner, like that's the only person you really have some obligation to and some
Okay.
like a association with. But everyone else, like they're their own people.
Yeah.
So if you don't have like your parent in your life, like it's like trust me, it's unfortunate, and it definitely breaks a dynamic that we need growing up. But
Hmm.
at the end of the day, if you didn't have a parent, it's your job to become a better parent for your child to have. And break the cycle. And build a. I'm excited for the generation and the lineage. That's gonna spawn from me, and my grandkids are gonna have me in their life. My great grandkids
Uh-huh.
are gonna have me in my life because I really didn't have, like, I never had a grandparent in my life, so a grandfather in my life, just my grandmother. So I'm excited to become the man I need to be. So my kids, grandkids, and great grandkids can say that they had me, and I won't use the fact that I didn't have
Yeah.
those, my father or grandfather, as
Yeah.
an excuse.
Okay. I hear that. You have kids? How many kids?
Yeah, I got one. I got a daughter. So
Okay. How old is your
yeah,
daughter?
she's 3.
3? Nah, oh,
Yeah,
you just getting started.
yeah. June 6, 2017. So that's her birthday. So
That's
yeah.
cool deal, man. So after high school, all right, you're not tall enough right, to continue to
Right.
play sports. But I'm assuming you kept playing, you kept staying in physical fit. But
Yeah.
uh, what did you do after school though? What was next? What type of work did you get involved with?
Well, after high school, I went to Tuskegee University for a year, and of course, we related to this on another call you had, and of course, our admiration for Booker T. Washington. Um,
Mm-hmm,
but
mm-hmm,
but yeah, I went to Tuskegee for a year, and really, I say for a semester because I only went to class for that first semester and realized that, hey, formal education just isn't for me. I just knew that I just think different, or I just want to operate different. So stopped going to classes. And that second semester, I was just there, finding out who I am. Did a lot of writing, did a lot of working out, a
mm-hmm,
lot of training. So I knew those were my two passions. And
mm-hmm,
then popped out, came home, and yeah, just at home, at my mom's house,
mm-hmm,
and I got a job. Got a job working at a gas, not a gas station, at a grocery store. So that's
mm-hmm,
my first job. Walked in, and I come from a background. I grew up Catholic, went to a Catholic high school, had a full scholarship.
yeah,
So I walked into the grocery store, got the job on site. And started working, immediately. And
mm-hmm,
and from there it was basically, like that, grocery store, gas station. At one point I was working close to 90 hours a week. Grocery store during the day, stocking shelves, and the gas station at night. I was the only one on the shift at night at the gas station, so that taught me a lot, just with work ethic and organization, and everything being on me.
mm-hmm,
And it was like that for a couple years. Worked at a YMCA, worked at a restaurant. Some
mm-hmm.
tables, some landscaping. Like I did it all. So
Getting the
so
bag.
right. So and yeah, it was like that for a couple years until I got my sales position. When I got my sales job, and I know we'll get into that. But
Mhm.
yeah, for a few years it was just a bunch of 9 to 5s. No life, just always on the clock. It kind of kept me out of trouble. I ain't have time to get in trouble. Just always working, and
Mhm.
yeah, that's how it was for a couple years.
Nice. I loved how you in your book you had determined you wanted to be in the fitness industry somehow. You left one job and you started working in the YMCA. Uh,
Hmm.
so tell us about the transition from the YMCA being your sole business to you then scaling to getting into fitness sales.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so I was working at the YMCA, and I worked in every department. So I transitioned from having multiple jobs to now I'm working in the YMCA in literally every department. Like I was the receptionist, I worked the floor, with the weights, I worked the kids zone.
Uh,
I worked in the landscape. Like I had like 5 different punch cards because I even did the landscape. Like they needed moat put out or power washing. Like I did it all, and that's my mindset. Like, well,
mhm,
if I'm gonna run a gym one day, that was my ultimate goal back in the day. If I'm gonna
mhm,
run a gym one day, I need to learn how to operate a gym and how it works. So,
yeah.
that was my mindset, and working in every single department at the YMCA. And
Mhm.
but really, to be honest, the ultimate final moment was, I got fired from the YMCA. So
Right, right,
yeah.
right,
So yeah, I was actually gonna move to New Orleans back in the day. I still am. My granddad's from New Orleans that I
right.
never really got to know before he passed away. So And it's a lot of reasons I want to move to New Orleans, and I
Mhm.
am. But back then, I was like, you know what? I was working at that Y, so let me just transfer to the Y in New Orleans and, start fresh from there.
Mhm.
But then I got fired, so, and that really was the ultimate, like, defining moment of transition where I got the sales job. And then from
Mhm.
there, like, all right, well, let me learn. I know how to run a gym from working at the Y. Let me get some
Mhm.
business experience and learn how to be a business owner and learn sales from
Mhm.
working a sales job. And then ultimately, and I know we're gonna get in that later. I just moved up the ranks there, and now my vision isn't to open up a gym where I am, but it got into being a health coach, health and wellness, and being a health as wealth guy, and starting a
Mhm.
health as wealth nation in 2015. So yeah, so that transition from the YMCA into sales
Mhm.
was extremely big, and really me getting fired. If I didn't get fired from the Y,
I
who
gotta
knows?
ask you, why'd you get fired?
And it was a lot of politics, and
Okay.
but
Okay.
it was a bunch of stuff that stacked up against me. Ultimately, I was
Mhm.
like, I think I was late one shift. Well, I was a key holder when I worked
Mhm.
in the when I worked on the floor. So, but I was working in the kids zone this day, and all I did was watch kids play basketball like it was nothing serious on that shift.
Okay.
And I think I was like 5 minutes late, so they used it. And they used a bunch of other stuff like, hey, we can't continue this, and they just let me go. And I was like, okay, cool. So
Okay. So
yeah.
from that moment, now you got some fire under you at this moment, right?
Mhm.
So what's the next company where you started to really learn and really fall in love with the fitness industry?
Well, um, to be honest, my love for fitness really shifted because once I started, this is really where my origin story starts. January 2013 is when I became homeless, and I became homeless while I was working at the YMCA.
Mhm.
I got fired from the YMCA like March, April, and then I landed a sales job that April of 2013
Mhm.
for a marketing and advertisement company, and
Got
uh, and it's called Vet the Marketing. So and for those who don't know, it's the knife place. If you high school college kid, some knife company try to recruit you, then that's why I got started working in.
Nice.
And
Them kids are
yeah,
good.
hey, like if you can sell some sharp knife, if you can walk into somebody's home and sell some sharp knives, and you get good at sales.
I hear
So
that.
but I started that like, all right, well, first of all, I got started out of desperation because I just needed something to
Mhm.
do. But also like, all right, let me learn how to run a business, and then I'm gonna open up a gym. And but because I got the business sense and the business savvy there, I'm like, well, hold up, working out is only 20% of the process, and 80% of the results is nutrition, wellness, how you sleep, your lifestyle. So
Mm.
why am I going to run a business that's only 20% of the process? So let me focus on. And also later on in the store, when I was a district manager, I started to increase my productivity, efficiency, and results because I started a nutrition program. So that really was a seed planted, pun intended, to
Mhm.
start with nutrition and wellness, and start a nutrition company.
Oh, nice. Tell me about the nutrition company, man. How's that going? And give us some details about that.
Yeah, so I started 2015. I started on my nutrition plan, and that's really the origin story of Health is Wealth Nation. But really went all in August 2015. So
Mhm.
Health is Wealth Nation is a health and wellness nutrition company, and our goal is to change the state of health here in the South by 2030.
Mhm.
And we do that by making nutrition simple. So it's five divisions. So it's a nutrition club. I do some consulting. We got an apparel line. It's a strength line that I'm about to do my first powerlifting meet. So we're gonna have our strength division, and then we're gonna have a meal prep division soon. So, but that's that ecosystem. That's that brand. And I really delegated myself out of it. I got a CEO that's taking over. COO, CCO. So got a great team, and
Wow.
yeah. But in 5 years, I started, 2015, and in 5 years, I mean, we've just done some great things. We got a few nutrition clubs, here in the South, a couple in Mobile. In 2019, we eclipsed 200K a year
Mm,
mark. So that was good. And
mm,
yeah, now we're just expanding, nutrition clubs now, and becoming fully deployed, in all our
mm,
divisions. So yeah, so that brand is cool, and also with Growth at Its Army, it's cool for everything I can do with Growth at Its Army,
mm.
because I have a brand like Health is Wealth Nation that I've built, and still supervise and operate in. So it's a lot of synergy, a lot of symbiotic, symbiotic relationships with the brand. So I love that.
So how many businesses in total? You just named a few just now.
Yeah. So I got Health is Wealth Nation and Growth at Its Army. That's two pillar brands underneath Coleman Enterprises, and I mean it's a huge ecosystem. So a lot of stuff I don't even talk about. It just runs behind the scenes, and then we got a brand called Fuck Up Nights Mobile that
Mhm.
I run, and it's where we share failures. Where professionals get together and share failures. And I run that too here in Mobile. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff going on, but
You
uh,
know, it's interesting though. So you're at the YMCA, you run into a situation where you're homeless. Okay.
mhm.
At that moment when you're homeless, you know, most people would throw in the towel, but you didn't. What kept you going what kept you going being homeless? Like that's the bottom, that's the lowest place you can go. And
Yep.
what did you dig deep to find to allow you to keep going?
Well, a big reason I had a bit of tenacity in my homelessness to get better was because my homelessness was really a choice. And a lot of people don't realize that, but a lot of people are homeless really by choice because they don't want to tolerate or deal with what's going on. So they're there really by a decision that they made. So
Mhm.
and with me, and I can go deep in that. It's really a lot that goes on with homelessness. But for me personally, I was there by choice. Like, hey, look, if something great is going to change my life, something great has to change with me. I got to change.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna get better, I got to start doing better. So it was really a emancipation of everything that I was
Mhm.
going through, and had my aid. Like, so at that point, now that I'm homeless, I can't blame my parents. I can't
Mhm.
blame, where I live. I can't
Mhm.
blame, my color. Like, now
Mhm.
everything is on me. So
Mhm.
if I don't make it, it's 100% Chris's fault now.
Mhm.
So, and from there, it was simple to get better because I had nobody else to blame but me.
Wow. And now you're running multiple businesses. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So talk to us about the 180 effect. Why should, we speak to men every day. So why should our men pick up the 180 effect? What is it going to help them with in their own life?
Well, simply put, it's gonna help you skill up and it's gonna help you level up.
Mm,
So, for the 180 effect, it's a concept that growth addicts adopt. So now I have Growth Addicts Army. I'm the founder of that, and it's a consultancy where I basically work with student athletes, and we want to help student athletes transition from their colleges into their communities and leverage their personal brands to build sustainable and profitable businesses. So, and then of course, working with student athletes, I'll start working with coaches to learn how to communicate with athletes better. And then, of
mm,
course, from there, I'll start working with athletic departments to help them grow. Athletic departments are nothing but a business at the end of the day. So,
yeah.
I'll be working with them to help them skill up and level up as well. So, but the 180 effect is a concept that every growth addict adopts. I'm big. I'm a growth addict. I learned at a really when I got to sales and running my business as a district
Mm,
manager. Like, look, I'm addicted to growth. CT Fletcher and Mike Rashid, like
yeah.
they iron addicts. I'm
Yeah.
a growth addict. So
Nice.
I just love the growth. So with the 180 effect, it's 5 transitions with that are really around 3 phases.
Mm-hmm.
So the 3 phases are grow, groom, and great. And then before you grow, you have to make an unwavering decision. And then at the end, after you reach greatness, then you have to make a new unwavering decision. It takes the process and turns it into a cycle, and then it turns into a mindset. So just to run through the transitions real quick. So you got to make an unwavering decision. So my unwavering decision was, becoming homeless. That was one of them. And like, all right, put things on Chris now. So I got to grow. I got to get better. So being into the growing phase where you really just going through growing pains because you just made a new unwavering decision. So, and depending on who you prescribe to, as soon as you make an unwavering decision to do some great things in life, there's a equally, or if not greater, source that's going to decide to make things hard for you to achieve that greatness. So you go through growing pains and things get tough. So that's the growing phase. And once you go through the growing pains enough, you get to the point where you start grooming your craft. Like, I get it, but now I gotta get my reps in, as an athlete would say, or I gotta making calls, doing training seminars, doing presentations, like that daily monotonous, sometimes redundant thing. But that's the grooming phase. You gotta you really gotta make it second nature, if you will. And then when you do that long enough, you get to the point where you're great. Now you selling like it's second nature, or you coaching somebody. Like you find yourself speaking, and you just say these gems that come out of nowhere. Like you get into this greatness phase that separates you. You're a top performer. You're a 1%. You the GOAT. At what you do. You the go-to at what you do. But even though you're great, there's always going to come a new transition. For Tom Brady, he was already great at New England. Now he want to go to Tampa. For Michael Jordan, he was a great player. Now he want to be a great GM and a great owner. For a millionaire, all right, I'm a millionaire, but now I want to be a billionaire. So there's always this new decision, and then it starts to cycle all over again. Like this new decision you got, I got to go through some growing pains. Tom Brady, he had Tampa right now. You're gonna go through some growing pains, being at Tampa Bay. You're gonna go through the growing pains, you're gonna go through the grooming phase, and you're gonna be great again just in this new phase in his life. And then you're gonna make a new decision, and then it's gonna start the cycle all over again. Then it's gonna be a mindset. Then the 180 effect is now a mindset. And then you're officially a growth addict. And this is just all you know.
That's what's up. I love it. I definitely recommend the read, guys. It's good. It's a quick read, but it's got some great stuff in here. Awesome stories and concepts. Chris, you officially are a Breakthrough King. Let the viewers know where they can find you, how they can get access to your book.
Yeah, if you want to find me, just Google Christopher Ray Coleman. I've been putting in work, so I'll pop up. Punch it in on any social media platform you're on, Christopher Ray Coleman. I'll pop up. On my book, you can go to fill it out, the 180 effect. So the number is 180 effect.net, and then you can buy my book. And if you're a business owner, you want your people to get the book. I got some bulk order options as well. So when you go to 180effect.net, just go to the bulk order option, and then you can get it that way. But if you really want to directly contact me, whether you need some help, whether you need some inspiration, whether you need some words of encouragement, you can. I got a text line specifically for that. And you can text me at 251-237-9121. That's 251-237-9121. And it's not one of those bots. I'll text you back directly and personally. So.
Nice. That's what's up. So I always ask our guests, what's next? What's next for Christopher Coleman?
What's next is leveling up. So Coleman Enterprises. We got some special things we're gonna do. We got another brand I'm planning to launch in like 3 to 5 years. But really, like I said, just leveling up. So my foundation is out the universal old fashioned ways of running business. Making calls, emails, one on one, and that's why I've been so great. But now, like, we're in a digital age, so now it's time to level up. With media, I got a personal photographer now. It's about to go up 10 times, 10x like Grant Cardone, and so that's really what next. I got a new book I'm about to publish in November. So it's really gonna be a great kind of 1-2 punch with that book. So that book is like 80% inspirational, 20% tactical and practical. Well, this new book will be 80% tactical and practical and implementing stuff, and like 20% inspirational. So it's really gonna be like a manual and lead to an assessment. I know you on the DISC assessment, so that book is gonna help with that, and just take the consulting to another level.
Nice. I definitely in the near future, I'm gonna invite you to the Weekend Warriors. We do that every Sunday, 11 a.m. Private webinar for my subscribers, and I think you'd be great for that. We'll stay connected for that as well.
Oh yeah.
I got one more question for you though. For someone like me or somebody trying to get fit, get back in the game, what do you suggest we do as far as diet? And what type of style of working out do you like when you get busy?
Well, first I start with me. So I'm a power lifter, so I love lifting heavyweight, and with that, it's it handles a lot how you look, because you exerting so much energy. So I love that, and I keep it simple when I go to the grocery store. I eat. I stay away from the inside aisles, and I stick to the perimeter. So that's
inside is all the good stuff.
Yeah, so if I stick to the perimeter, so the bread, the dairy, the meat, the produce, like that's only where I shop, and I stay away from the inside aisles. So but that's just an easy thing. But some advice I can give someone that's just getting started, like what to eat. So the best diet is the one you can sustain.
That just hit home for me. I'm infamous for starting random diets and be like 3 weeks later, like, nah.
Right. So the best diet is the one you can sustain and stay consistent with. So and when it comes to working out, what do you think I'm gonna say?
Yep, same thing.
The best workout is the one you can sustain and stay consistent with. So anytime I'm planning, somebody's diet, helping them out, we stick to something that applies to their lifestyle, and even when working out, like I have some soccer moms, they don't work out. They got 4 kids. They don't need to work out. So they just gotta keep their nutrition on hold, keep it together, and they run around enough with the kids, so they hit their goals. So I got some people, I just tell them, hey, you like riding bikes, go ride your bike. That's something they can do literally every day. So I mean, we can get complicated and rep schemes and pyramids and and sets, and AMRAPs and all this stuff, but at the end of the day, just the thing you can sustain and stay consistent with, that's what you need to do.
To be honest, I think that's some of the best advice. Because most of us look at this health and wellness thing and just make it so complicated. So that's great advice. We appreciate that, man. Chris, great conversation tonight. I know we're going to be back in the near future, man.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate you showing out tonight. It's greatly appreciated. All right.
Like I said, thank you for having me.
All right, no doubt. That's it. I will see you on the Cypher probably next week, right? Be on the Cypher.
Yeah. I'll be there.
I see you on the Cypher, man. I appreciate you.
All right, man. Take care.
Yeah. So we just had my man Christopher Coleman, phenomenal entrepreneur. I mean, how do you go from homelessness, right, to building a brand with multiple businesses? So phenomenal stuff, man. No matter what you're dealing with or what you're going through, you can break through. You can break through, right? It is not the end. We can pivot and change. Over the course of the last few interviews, We've noticed that a lot of the entrepreneurs have pivoted and done other things. They may have had a specific dream coming out of high school and college, and it didn't pan out the way they wanted it to. So they made a pivot, but ultimately still in the same industry that they were in when they left, those schools. So the same thing can happen for you. There's a dream on your heart. There's something that you want to be able to, something that once it's manifested, right, it's going to be able to change a lot of people's lives. Just keep pressing forward. You hear these success stories all the time. There's no reason why you can't be that success story too. This is Mike Williams, and this is Breakthrough Kings. I help men break through their personal barriers, find passion, discover purpose, all while leveraging the internet to create financial independence. Make sure you get onto my email list by going to thehismethod.com. That's thehismethod.com. And you get daily emails from me, and also get the opportunity to register for our Weekend Warriors private webinar. Also go to our Flow page, flow.page/Breakthrough Kings. Make sure you follow all our social media channels. Don't forget to subscribe to YouTube. We're very focused on growing that YouTube channel. So stop by, give us a subscribe. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night. Peace.